So, all it did was point here.
In the 30 seconds I had to examine the artifact, yes, all it did was point at a second star system.
Arcadia colony, to be precise. Population a little under 3 million, largely unexplored, but apparently quite the vacation resort.
There's something there, Captain, and I think it's important that we get to it before the Covenant do.
Our orders are to investigate Harvest. We still don't know a lot about what's going on down there.
I understand that, Captain, but everything I see here tells me that we need to get to Arcadia to figure this out.
Very well, Professor. I'll clear it with Admiral Cole. Serena, set course for Arcadia.
Aye, sir. Crazy mystery trip to Arcadia plotted in, spinning up FTL drive.
Serena, get out of my lab.
Serena, situation update, please.
2 Covenant vessels came out of slip space near Arcadia. The Belfast, Pillar of Autumn, Texas, and Armstrong engaged immediately and caught one with its shields down. We lost the Texas and Belfast. The Armstrong is venting atmosphere and Autumn is badly damaged. The second vessel is engaged in surface activity.
What kind of surface activity?
Unknown. Wait, I'm getting a signal. Audio only.
We're being overrun. Alien forces are inside the city limits and approaching the spaceport. We're still evacuating civilians. We need help.
Getting visuals now, Captain.
Serena, launch pods. Bring the ship to alert.
Hello everybody, this is Phoenix bringing you the 4th mission of my Halo Wars Legendary Walkthrough Guide. This is Arcadia City. This is going to be the second video in the Arcadia City strategies that I'm going to go over. This is going to be the tank strategy. In the previous video, it was the Marine video. So it was just addressing the multitude of different strategies you can approach in this mission, and we're going to get started with the tank one. Just like we started with just like we're going to start with in both the Marine and the Hornet ones. We're going to use Forge. We're just going to micro him back and forth, making sure the Grunt Squad that we're attacking currently does not throw grenades at him. We did that successfully. We're going to target down this Ghost, target down the Marines, not the Marines, but the Grunts. We're going to micro Forge back just in case those Grunt Squads get a little feisty. And we're lucky, no wild grenade throwing. I'm gonna just send Forge and those Hornets to go clear out enemies around the subway. Target down any enemy that you want, doesn't really matter. I like targeting down the ones that are easy to kill first and then kill the ones that are much more difficult. After the subway is clear, go ahead and grab that black box, but first things first, take out these Jackals. They're not going to really do much against your Hornets or Forge. After you grab the black box, we're going to ignore saving Adam. He is in that tram, and go immediately to microwing Forge by taking out these little sniper towers right here. There's going to be a Grunt Squad on the ground and 1 Grunt Squad in the garrison will cover right up here. Micro any Hornets that are taking a little too much damage back. Use Forge as your main damage source. Make sure that you're moving him side to side until all grunts are killed, and then after that send Forge and your Hornets over here to go kill the elites right here. You can use Forge right here to go and gather the supplies while your Hornets mop up the elites. Just stay here, watch Forge gather the supplies really fast, and then we're immediately going to start going up to this bridge. We're going to be very careful. We want to take down the grunts before we aggro that Wraith, but if you do, just beeline it for those supplies in your cargo ship too. It's much safer that way, and Forge will take minimum damage. Most of the time, Forge will get over to cargo ship 2 without a problem. In any case he doesn't, just make sure you send your Hornets right after the Wraith. If it's the Elite Honor Guard, just beeline it for... You don't want Forge to take much damage in this beginning part. Micro him back if he's taking a little too much, if not taking any damage, but micro him away. That way the Elite Honor Guard does not do any damage to him. Right about here, you're going to send Forge to go gather the supplies next to Cargo Ship 3. We're going to micro back any Hornets that are taking a little too much damage from the elites in this sniper tower.
Cargo 3, I gotta get this bird in the air.
Ignore the damage being done to Cargo 3. You don't need to waste a heal and repair on it. It will be destroyed anyway. At about 1810 left in the launch sequence, there is going to be a squadron of Banshees that are going to come down and try to wreck your day. Just micro forge around, make sure that you target focus fire down each Banshee individually. No need to have your forces firing on both of them. Just make sure you're cognizant of that. After the Banshees are destroyed and you gather the supplies, send Forge and your Hornets over here. You're going to immediately target down the Elite Honor Guard, and then you're going to target down the Elites in the Sniper Tower. Usually you don't really have the Spartans helping you out here, but it's nice to have them help you out, because right here, usually at about 1725 to about 1735, this cargo ship will just go on and get destroyed. You don't need to worry about saving cargo ship 3. You'll only have to worry about saving either cargo ship 1 or cargo ship 2. You can concentrate on saving both, or you can concentrate on saving one or the other. Both are viable strategies. As soon as you kill the elites in the sniper tower, you're going to send Forge and your Hornets. If they need to be healed, heal them. And you're going to go right next to where we gathered the black box, and then we're going to save Adam here. It is best at this point to save Adam, because there's nothing between what will end up being your base and cargo ship 2. So this is an opportune moment for you to just send him over. You don't need to send a bunch of guys to go help him out. He will make it there just fine because of that Spartan that's just guarding the bridge. Once your guys are fully healed, don't worry about setting up your base just yet. Worry about getting supplies around the map. This beginning half of the mission is really just constant micro ability with just maybe a little bit of macro in between. You want to focus on saving the cargo ships. Your base comes second. No matter what happens, you heal and repair. You ignore building that reactor. You ignore getting that tank. You immediately go for heal and repair. You do not waste your money on anything else besides saving the cargo ship. Even if your base is destroyed, that will not end the mission for you. If you lose both cargo ships, you will lose the mission. That is more important overall than you saving your base. A lot of the time, you're not going to lose your base. They're only going to send one pair of hunters at you. What they will send a lot at, they're going to send 3 or 4 Banshees at each cargo not each cargo ship, but at your cargo ships. Make sure you are prepared for those. Those are more important. Keeping your heal and repair ready is more important. Alright, so we're going around the map, killing everything. Sorry, I just want to make sure I got that out of the way. It is very, very important. And a lot of the reasons I see people fail this mission is because they fail to realize that you need to save the cargo ships. That is more important than anything else you're doing. It is more important. Unfortunately, we did lose a Hornet there. I like to keep all my Hornets up and running throughout the entire mission. It really does help, but unfortunately, my micro here really did suck. And I apologize for that. But again, my mistakes are your guys' learning is an opportunity for you guys to learn from what I did wrong. And this is an opportunity, I think, right here, where I'm not even caring about what's happening to Forge. What the heck is this? Worry about the stuff that's going on. If you see them focus firing somebody, take them out of the fight and bring them back in after they change targets. That is much more. That is a viable strategy, and I'm kind of mad at myself for not doing it correctly. So learn from my mistakes. Do as I say, not as I do. But yeah, again, everything that I'm doing and I do it wrong is a learning experience that you guys can use in your game in your play style as well. So I just want to make sure that even though I'm making a mistake, I can recognize that mistake and I won't replicate it. I can change that up. I can micro forge better a little bit. I can use those Hornets in a better way. It's all this kind of it's all this stuff. So remember that. A lot of this is just practice. You're going to struggle. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Just keep moving on. Use that heal and repair. Notice how anytime I use heal and repair, I try to encompass the cargo ship. because that is, again, an extremely, and I cannot stress this enough, extremely important part of this mission. If you have the extra income, put it into your base. Put it into those Wolverines. Put it into those tanks. You're going to need to use your money wisely in this mission. It is extremely important. Anyways, back to what we're doing. We do have Banshees come in, just like one Banshee or two Banshees at a time, depending. Usually you'll be lucky and maybe a Spartan will jump into a Vampire, which will stasis bomb, which will completely freeze any Banshees that are coming at you. And it will also prevent not stasis bomb, but it'll prevent Kamikaze when the Banshees just start crashing into your units or into your cargo ships. That's an awesome thing to have. Don't rely on it. There's like a 20% chance in my experience that you're gonna get lucky enough to have a Spartan hijack a Vampire. So just kind of be aware of that. Just remember, save the cargo ships with the forces you have. Continuing on, we're losing a Spartan. That's fine. We'll just put a heal and repair on. We'll just wait for him to heal up. But it looks like he just got his Wraith destroyed, which I'm not worried about. Also, you're going to want to rely on, not rely, but you're also going to watch out for Cargo Ship 2. Not a lot of enemies actually end up going to Cargo Ship 2 so long as Cargo Ship 1 is up and running. But it is still good practice. Make sure you keep an eye on it. Map awareness, map presence is very, very important in a strategy game. Making sure you're keeping an eye on your minimap, glance at it every so often. Just making sure that whatever you can see is okay. Like you don't see any purple. Just like right here, as soon as I saw the purple on the minimap, I just went over there, checked it out, and then now I know I need to get over there as fast as I possibly can. Anyways, this is the point where we're going to start getting those Scorpions out. Scorpions are going to be very, very nice, even though they have Hunters. If there's anything we've learned in the past few missions, with me using those Scorpions, they're very, very nice. They're awesome. They do a lot of damage. There's a lot of cost to them, but they do make up for that cost by doing a ton of damage and a lot of health. They're going to be very helpful in this mission. Alright. Checking up on the Scorpions, making sure that we're just keeping one built every so often. We're going to micro back our Hornets because the Vampire is a hard counter to them. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our tank plus Forge to take out the Vampire. And just leave our units nearby. I think I used a global rally point. I was probably ranting earlier on in the video. But I do recommend setting global rally points for both this strategy and the Hornet strategy. That way you don't, that's one less thing you have to worry about. Careful with your tanks. Making sure that you're watching out for them. This is again map awareness, map presence. Making sure you're keeping an eye on what's going on around the map. Like this is a point in time you don't want to really use your Scorpion, you want to use those Hornets. For an example, if you're facing a hard counter for your unit, use the other hard counter for their unit. For an example, Hornets, tanks take a lot of damage from Hunters, but Hunters can't shoot at Hornets, so use those Hornets. Unfortunately, we have to deal with these Locusts. Locusts are a pain. They are extreme pain in this mission, but they are extremely fragile units as well, so there's a bit of like use your 2 Hornets if you need to, or you can use your tanks and send them in. Just making sure we're keeping an eye on our Scorpions. Notice how in like these in these earlier videos, I'm not wasting my time building like a field armory and getting that research because it's not really important at this stage to get those. We really need to start. We need to focus on getting those units out as fast as possible and upgrading those units. That way we can do the most damage and start really packing a punch to the enemy. Usually around this time I like to toy around with the idea of taking down the Covenant base. The earlier you do it, the better off you are, in my opinion. That's one less... they're just going to keep sending units at you anyway. But it's one less problem you have to deal with. So I would recommend trying to take it out as early as you possibly can. If you can't spare the forces, don't try it. At a certain point, you're going to have so many tanks that you're just going to be able to destroy their base and really just do a number on them. Notice how we're taking down their turrets first. We don't want to do anything else to their base besides take out their base defense. You would be wasting much more of your time by trying to take down the base while you're getting shot at, and there's a chance that you'd actually lose a couple tanks in the process. So, also, if you really wanted to get down to the technicality of it, in normal strategy games, you go down for their unit producing structures. So, like the hall, summit, factory, you take those down first. So, just like we have a little mobile force for taking down their base, we're going to use our defensive efforts to go repel the attack near Cargo Ship 2. Cargo 2 should be fine, don't worry about it. So Wolverines are going to be your best friend. They are going to be your little defenders. Going to send everything to go defend Cargo Ship 1. That's the issue of sending all your, putting all your eggs in one basket, so to speak. But fortunately, we do get there in time. We save everything. And what we're just going to do is we're going to continue trying to destroy, or setting up our base, since it looks like we did destroy the Covenant base. Again, be very careful. Combat score is very, very important. And combat efficiency, keeping your units alive, making sure you're killing a lot of theirs without losing a lot of yours. That is how you get those gold medals. That is very, very important. And I highly, 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 I cannot stress this enough, using micro and making sure you're not losing, not losing units unnecessarily. We're going to grab these tanks. So we're just going to keep them next to this base just in case they decide to rebuild it. We just need 500 supply to get that. I think it's a fire base at this point in the campaign. I'm not sure. I think it's a fire base. It's not a station. This is the point in time in the mission where they're going to just start kamikazing against your cargo ship. They are going to start focusing that. Again, making sure you have that heal and repair ready. I had it ready. Looks like that Spartan did hijack that Banshee, so we are okay. Don't need to worry about it. But remember, keeping the amount of supplies that we need just in case we need to do an emergency heal and repair is very, very important. We do also have the ability to canister shell. That is very, very important when we start getting those mass attacks from the Covenant towards the about 2-minute marker left in the launch sequence. So if you do get lucky enough to get this base up and running, or to get this base, just make sure you're keeping your tanks nearby. Not up that close to the Covenant base, but if you're feeling bold, feel free. But you're gonna lose those units. They have that base set up so perfectly, like it's impossible pretty much to get there. But anyways, I tried to get them up close for a reason. I tried to anticipate when they were going to attack, but I just realized it's best for them to come to us instead of us going to them. Even though you have tanks, and tanks are awesome, it's just better for you to just sit back, build up this base, and just try to repel as many attacks as possible before they start reaching Cargo Ship 1. The cool part, if you actually get to build this base, is that they're going to focus so much on your bases now that they're going to start sending less at Cargo Ship 1. That is awesome. And they also, when the Mega Turret turns on at about a minute left in the Evac launch sequence, they're just going to focus down your base. They're going to just start targeting your reactors, or start targeting your what is it called? Sorry, I'm getting a blank. They're going to start targeting your vehicle depots. Or like, if they're stupid, they target down your supply pads, but you're going to have so much income that it doesn't really matter. But yeah, this mission, again, a lot of practice. It is very doable. You just need to, I recommend everybody, a lot of the mistakes, again, like I said, is just thinking that your base is the most important thing. Like, again, I haven't really focused much on the base. I just go back there every once in a while, check out what's going on. And that is, in strategy game terms, is called the macro ability. Your ability to really focus on your base and making sure you're keeping up with it. Like, you don't need to watch your scorpions get trained. There's so much more, there's so much that you could be doing with your time. Why are you focusing on that when you could be focusing on keeping that cargo ship alive, healing up your units, microing that tank away if it's under attack, using canister shell? There's so much else you can do, and it's so important, and I can't stress that enough. It's so important. And again, a lot of the reason why people lose is because they don't micro their units well enough. They're not keeping care of their cargo ships. They're not keeping an eye on that timer. They're not keeping an eye on whether or not the enemy is attacking. Map presence, map awareness, just making sure that things are going your way. And again, a lot of that is just practice. Just need to understand, look at the timer. There are patterns, you just need to recognize them. And patterns are an extremely important part of strategy games. It's just something that is unpreventable. It's just part of the game. So just like I lost it in the ODST strategy, I did lose Cargo Ship 1. Unfortunate. I hated the fact that I lost it. But when I actually did save Cargo Ship 1, I was actually kind of weirded out. I tried to do this again without losing Cargo Ship 1. And I successfully did it by saving Cargo Ship 1 and Cargo Ship 2. But I was frustrated because I actually ended up getting a lesser score. I still got the same medal, but I got lesser score. So, in my opinion, I thought this was fairly clean up until I lost Cargo Ship 1. And again, it's because of my fault. I didn't pay attention well enough when I could have been doing much better at paying attention. We're gonna have our Hornets, our Hornets, our Wolverines, and a couple tanks defend Cargo Ship 2. We're just gonna anticipate the Banshees moving from. They're just gonna go across Cargo Ship 1 anyway, so might as well anticipate their movement. Kind of sit back on your base again. They are just gonna continuously send waves and waves and waves of units. You could use like a couple Scorpions to help get those. What are they called? Those civilians to the cargo ships. Making sure that we're looking at all of our, making sure we're looking at everything. At about a minute 10, as Serena said, the Covenant mega turrets do turn on, and they do start targeting. They do start targeting you, but as I said in the ODST video, they don't really focus down your cargo ships. They start focusing down again. Like, look at that. They're targeting Forge, for God's sakes. Like that was, it was stupid and unnecessary of them to do that when they could have been targeting down, oh, I don't know, Cargo Ship 2. But if they did that every single time, it would just be a mess and it would be unfortunate. So as you can see here, they're worrying so much about this base that they're not even worried about the cargo ships. So usually about this point, you're kind of sitting nice and comfy. Don't really worry. Losing quite a bit of units because I'm not paying attention, but like my combat score could have been so much better than it actually was. And I actually don't think that my my combat score wasn't that bad. But again, a lot of this practice. Once you get that evacuation complete at about 5 seconds, you do succeed, complete the mission. And then you just get this little cutscene, and then we're going to go to the medal screen. I'll give you guys a little quick debrief, and then I'll see you guys next time. Well, I'll just say bye-bye. Anyways, Forge, Cutter's telling Forge to get the heck out of town. Forge is like, sure, we're going to go through traffic, which is jammed, as you can see. But we're going to go to the medal screen. We did get a silver, 7.65. If I got a 10.0, I think I could have gotten gold, but I hope you guys found this video helpful. I'll see you guys next time for Arcadia Outskirts.